Sorry. Um, Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh man, it's freezing. It's freezing this morning, but um, I feel so much better than I did yesterday. So much better. It's like night and day. But I had to go to a follow up appointment yesterday for that infection that I had last week, and my doctor just gave me 500 milligram Tylenols. She's like, "Girl, go take some Tylenol," because I apparently wasn't taking the right thing for pain, and so she gave me the hookup yesterday, and I feel a million times better than I did yesterday because I was literally I just wanted to die yesterday. Honestly, it was so rough, but I feel like a new creation today. So, and my eye feels better. It's still the sutures are not rubbing against my eyelid anymore, so that's helping a lot. But the muscles still hurt when I do like quick movements back and forth, which is understandable. So I want to talk about this. The Lord, like, this is a common theme for the last couple weeks. I just feel like I'm looking at the world through new eyes, and technically now I am, you know. So, but even before, like last week when I was like, I just had like this breakthrough, and then the next day it was like everything I was looking at felt like new to me, you know. Well, ever since I had the surgery, obviously everything looks different to me because what was happening was this is my good eye that I actually see really good vision. This is my bad eye that I have poor vision, but I have good muscles in this eye and bad muscles in this eye. So what was happening was I was using my bad eye to see everything, and so it was constantly strained, and so I have a different prescription in this eye than this eye. So I was using my poor eye because I had good muscles, and but I couldn't hardly read. I couldn't and I was seeing two of everything all the time. So, so I had a lot of stuff going on in my mind all the time because my brain is processing two of everything, not just one, you know. And it was always overwhelming me. And there was this constant constant pain in my right eye because the muscle was weak and it was always straining to do what it was supposed to do. So it was always hurting me. And so now the muscles are fixed. I'm seeing one of everything, which is I haven't done that in years, which is awesome. Like, it's so amazing to just see one of everything. Um, and now because my good eye that I can see out of is straight, I can read again really well, and I can see really well with again. And so, because I have perfect vision in this eye, you know, but I just wasn't using that eye because it hurt so bad because the muscles were weak. So now it's like I'm looking around the world and I can see totally different than I could before my surgery, and it's amazing. It's like, but it's also like it's also really bizarre. You know, it's like this bizarre experience to like have to. Everything looks different again, you know. And so not only was this happening in the spiritual, you know, it was like I think it's just it was almost like an outward sign of the inner work that God was doing, and it was just like going through a transformation, a real transformation, a real breakthrough from the Lord. We will have to view the world differently, right? That's really what a breakthrough is God changes our perspective to the way he sees things. Like, honestly, most breakthroughs are just a change in your perspective of the way you view yourself, the way you view life, the way you view other people. And because we're all going through the same matrix, the same life experience, but we all have a different viewpoint of it. We all have a different way we're analyzing and intaking our information from our surroundings. We're all dealing with the hurt differently. We're all dealing with the pain differently. We're all dealing with the trauma differently. But once God gets a hold of us and changes our perspective and changes the way we see people and changes the way we view ourselves and the way we view our pain, and gives us the advantage of his viewpoint, that changes everything, doesn't it? It just changes everything. It's like his divine perspective. And what does the verse in the Bible say? If your eye is good, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eye is bad, if your eye is dark, how great is that darkness? And it's because the way we view things, if it is positive, if it is light, if it is good, everything that we view will have a good, even if the things that happen to us are bad, but we view it with a positive lens of God's perspective, God's love, it will still turn out okay, right? It's still manageable. It's when we view the world through this darkness, through this like hopelessness, through despair, through pain, through regret, all that stuff, everything looks, it has a bleak outlook. It looks sad. It's a sad outlook. It's a sad way to live. And you can always spot the difference between the people who have a positive outlook and a loving outlook on life and a negative outlook on life. And so most of our breakthroughs are really God just changing our viewpoint on and given his bird's eye perspective, his omniscient perspective of like the fuller, bigger picture, and sorry, my windshield is like leaking water. I don't know. I have a lot of things going on this morning. It's furry. My windshield is completely frozen. But anyway, so even in our most trying circumstance, when we have a good outlook on it, we can get through it easy breezy. Like it's so easy and it's not, it's not always easy, but it's easy to endure knowing if we have the right perspective, right? But when we get into a funk or we get into a hole and we just have a bleak outlook, oh, it makes everything a million times more impossible. It makes everything so much more stressful. Like the other day, yesterday I was like freaking out because I was just in so much pain. And so I was looking at everything through this pain. And so even just doing the chore of walking across the street to the gym and taking a shower killed me. Like I had a full breakdown yesterday. But it was just because I was so in so much pain and so much discomfort, and it was so cold and it was like blistering winds, and I was like, I don't want to get my hair wet. I don't want to do all that stuff today, but I knew I had to. It was like no choice. I had to do it, but I'm just saying, just with this simple perspective twist, it's like, boom, everything's fine. That's nothing. I can go shower all day, every day. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just changing our perspective on things. And a lot of times we, like I said, I don't know, a few videos ago, um, I was blaming other people for what had happened in my life, just so because I felt like the blame. I felt like my survival depended on me not being responsible for what had happened. But it wasn't until like last week or recently when I really owned what I did and owned my part in it and owned my bad behavior, and took responsibility for it. That changed everything for me. That like lifted this huge burden that I didn't even know I was carrying, right? And and so and then it caused me to look at the whole situation with nothing but pure love, like nothing but pure, the utmost gratitude, for all those 9 years that I had gone through that relationship. Like for a while I had to hate that relationship just to move past it, right? But once I just took ownership for my part, now I can look at it and I'm so grateful for every minute of it. I'm so grateful because it made me who I am. I'm so grateful because I have nothing but love and compassion for that situation in my life. And now there's like healing, right? It goes back. It's like that's how God goes back and heals the broken places in your life. He gives you a new perspective on what happened and shows you like the good things that came out of it, and so anyway, everything I'm going through right now is like brand new eyeballs, right? It's like everything I'm looking at, everything I'm experiencing, I literally feel like God has given me a whole new perspective on life, and I'm so grateful for it. So anyway, remember, I have to get off the phone, I have to move my car, but I just want to encourage you today, if you're looking at something through the lens of pain or regret or hurt or unforgiveness, you know what I mean? Just pray that the Lord will change your perspective on what happened and show you a different thing, show you a different outcome, let him show you through his eyes what that situation was in your life so that you can be healed from it. Because I'm telling you, once he shows you that it was all for your good, it was nothing, it was all led you to this divine place of like of like I would not be me without that relationship, right? I would not be me without the things that have happened to me. I would not be me without my heroin addiction. I wouldn't be me without all the bad things that have happened in my life, and most of them I caused. Like, so, but um uh once God shows you that it was all for your benefit and for your growth and for your development, as in that we all go through trials and tribulations, we all have things we have to overcome, we all have these things that none of us are perfect and none of us have a perfect life. We all have these battles that we have to fight, and that was just my battle that was my thing I had to go through, that was my cross to bear, right? So like once God shows you from a different perspective, you can just embrace your whole life with just nothing but love. And I just want to encourage you to do that today, because it's a game changer and you will have new vision. And thank you, Dr. Greco, for the Tylenol, because that was a game changer. So anyway, and I appreciate your prayers, you guys reaching out. The people that support this channel, thank you so much. You know, like I couldn't do it without you guys too, because I know y'all are praying for me yesterday. So I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.